Hey, 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 hey! It's time for another Quickie Deck Deck! Oh, there it is. Quickie Deck Deck! And we have a Badoozy. So this has been a request when I did my return for Quick Deck Deck. And this is a shout out for J. Paul, one of our resident mono red fish fanatics. He asked for a budget competitive. So I present to you a rotation proof mono red list. So hindi ka na masyado problema budget pagdating sa anong tawag mo na to? Pag post rotation. So paglabas ng Zendikar, if there are any good red cards that will help this deck, mas madali. Meron ka ng base of your deck for next rotation. So, what's in it for mono red post rotation? So, it's since nawalan tayo ng sort of mana burst, mana ramp with Flamekin and the card draw of Light Up the Stage, because they're in the Ravnica block, we're gonna focus more on speed and aggression and flooding the board so that we can put in some Ember Cleaves. So, we have a bunch of 1-drops. We have 12 exactly. Fervent Champion, Goblin Arsonist, Ginger Brute, and a couple of shocks. Our 2-drops is okay in a sense because we still have Robber of the Rich, which is in Eldraine, and we have Rimrock Knight, which acts as a combat trick and pushes 2 more damage. So it's a pseudo shock on a stick, especially with a Fervent Champion. Doing blocks, it would gain. On the 3-drop, we have Bone Crusher, Anax, which is a good way to, against Shatter the Sky decks, and except Cry of the Carnarium, but it's a sideboard fringe card. But main deck Anax for the tokens, and Phoenix Abash. And our Haymakers, just for us, our payoff when we go wide or we're going for the Alpha Strike. We're having 3 Torbrands, and it should be 4 Ember Cleaves. They are the most optimal because you need to draw a Ember Cleave so that you can swing in for an Ember Cleave on either turn 3 or turn 4. So these are your turn 4. So the opponents will expect. Since it's budget and we just put in 2. Because I think the ones that are a bit expensive in this deck, I'm not sure. I haven't put it on MTG Goldfish. Would be Embercleave and Robber of the Rich, because entering post rotation, one of the 5 cards that we're gonna look for when making a deck would be Uro, Winota, Ugin, Embercleave, and the Great Henge. And I forgot what was the other one. The other core card that we'll be looking at post rotation. I know there's only 4, but and the gods, and anyway, uh, so there are only 4: Uro, Embercleave, Winota, and Ugin. There will be the core cards that you will be looking for moving forward post rotation. So, without further ado, shout out to Kevin for letting us lend his deck, and we're gonna go to since I've been playing a white blue post rotation deck, and it's cute. It's cute, but it's very, very strong. Anyway, wait. So, if you're still watching Quick Deck Techs, thank you very much. And again, once a shout out. This is for J Paul. His request for a mono red deck. If you have any deck request, post it on the comments here or in MTG Davao. So while we're waiting for some opponents, so a little quick update in the channel. I'm still hesitating on sharing it to the world. That's why it's just limited to to the community. I'm still figuring things out, like making thumbnails, editing, my project for a card preview here, which will disappear when we unclick it or something like that. So that whenever I mention a card that's not in the battlefield or not everyone is familiar of, we could highlight it. Anyway, we got an opponent. It's Makagatan Lurus deck. So we're expecting a what do you call it? A cycling deck. Yeah. So this is a good keep. We have 2 lands. If we get 3, and moving on, and yeah, we can put in some pressure unless he gets a first turn. So nothing. Oh, Torbrand up the top. I go with some fervent champs. Like them champs. Yep, this is a cycling deck. We are going to race with a turn 4 Zenith Flare, because anything when he gains like 3 or 4 life, we're gonna have a really bad time. So we're gonna force him to choose between Robber and, yeah, so he blocks the 1/1 obviously. But next turn, if we have manas, we could do double Robber to Ginger Brute. So this is the value against mono red, because they have blockers. They can, and they gain life. So this is gonna be a little bit hard on our part, but we can always go the Anax play. Yeah, so we're gonna go with the Anax, and we're gonna do the attacks. Even though they gain 1 life, we have Torbrand. We have essentially a chance to mitigate negate all that gain life. So here comes the turn 4. He has 2 cycling cards in the graveyard. Can't really kill off Anax for now, but he's gaining life and making a bunch of blockers. That's why we need the Ember Cleave soon as possible. Yes, and they're fighting, and we have a token. If we have the land, we can go Robber, Brute. He's going for the swings. I'm gonna take that. This is a really bad position right now, but I'm gonna go with the Robber and yeah, let him gain life. And Ginger Brute. We're gonna activate him, and we're gonna swing with everybody. We're gonna have 2 triggers for Robber, and okay, we get to 6 mana. We get to refill our hand. Not gonna cycle that. So we're expecting a Zenith Flare for 6. Unless he gets a Lurus, or he hasn't drawn the Zenith Flare, which is very, very advantageous for us. So another Granite. So he gains 2 for every cycling. So he can gain 4 life. But we're gonna pressure him, the Torbrand. Yes, he's gaining life. He's trying to stifle all the damage that we've done. He's going for the swings. And yes, we have this. And we have Torbrands. He's still cycling for... he's looking for that Zenith Flare. He's going to swing and we're gonna die next turn. I'm gonna put this out so that there's sure damage. And it's a red source, so nothing to do. He's gonna force block down to 8. So here's the moment of truth. Yes, 4 manas. Yes, a Zenith Flare for 10. If he has another one, then we're in a hell lot of trouble. But we got the Ember Cleave. We can attack with everybody. Put it on Torbrand or the Robber. So we're gonna try and swing with everybody. Oh, we can turn the Ginger Brute or any unblock. It's either one of these into a 4/4. Then we could put the Ember Cleave. Doing the proper blocks. Yes. So we can make this into a 4/4. Put this here so it can deal like... But if we put it here, it can deal much more damage. So we're gonna save the Ginger Brute. And we're gonna Ember Cleave the Robber. We've done everything in our power. So another Zenith Flare is the GG's. Yes, that's the GG's. So that was a very bad matchup for us. But we'll play one more. We'll play one more. So the fact that Torbrand and Embercleave, one of the essential haymakers for Monored, is still prevalent post rotation, it's very relevant that Monored still lives on moving forward. So this would be how many years that Monored is still king, especially with aggro decks. So we got a match immediately. It's Ron Swanson. Hey, the office. So we have a meh. We don't have any 1-drops, but we have a robber. So we're also on the play. So we could potentially like spew out a Torbrand on turn 4 earlier, a turn earlier. But with having a Chandra card back and the opponent, it seems that we are on the same page. Chooses to mulligan. So we're just playing best of 1 because we just want to see what a post rotation Monored would look like or would operate. And we have a Anax on turn 3. So swings and we got a land out of it. So he has a anticipate. Okay, I think this is a blue-red control with a... What's the finisher? I feel this is a blue-red. So we could pump this and put it out. Torbrand on next turn. we're gonna maximize damage. Oh, we got a summon on that. Gonna pump our robber. And just put it out there. Yeah, we could still Embercleave or we could still Torbrand. So Royal Scions. So which one has the most damage? So let's calculate it. So we put a land. We put in Torbrand, we get in for 9 damage. But if we have the Embercleave, we could deal 10 damage. Yeah, we put it here. So that would be... Yeah, but if we put it on the robber, it deals 6 damage. If we put it on the knight, it deals 8 damage. So, but if we have Torbrand, this is 4, this is 5, this is 9. So having a creature is better? This is mighty peculiar. So, we're gonna swing everybody. Gonna get a riddle form. And we're gonna put this on Rim Rock Knight. And we're gonna deal the most damage. I've learned it from Jesus. Shout out to Jesus. I've learned when he is playing mono red that every turn you must calculate for the most damage that you can spew out. So it's turn 4 and the opponent is down to 4. If we had a 1-drop earlier on and concedes. Yeah. And just as mono red, it's as quick as they go. So, once again, that's mono red for you. And if you like the quick deck tech, put in a like, put in a comment. Anybody who watches this who wants a quick deck tech for next week, just put it in the comments. And till next time, I'll see you in the next quick deck tech. Bye.